Okay, today's lessons 1 and 2 in the beginning of Module 4 you should find pretty easy. We are just reviewing again some basic concepts with percent. Okay, so changing between fractions, decimals, and percents. So if I am working my way across the top row, to change a fraction to a decimal, you just take your calculator and you do numerator divided by denominator, and so we get 125 thousandths. Then to change a decimal to a percent, you take it times 100, and so this is 12 and 5/10%. Okay, in the second row, I have the decimal 1 and 125 thousandths, so when I multiply that times 100, I get 112 and 5/10%. So it's like somebody had lots of extra credit. Now to change that one to a fraction, 1 and 125 thousandths. So you say it just the same as a fraction, but then you just plug that fraction into your calculator and hit equals, and it will simplify for you. And so you get 1 and 1/8. Now for the one in the bottom row, that's 2/5 of a percent. So that is the same as 4/10 of a percent. So then I take that number and I divide it by 100, going this way to get my decimal. So when I divide that by 100, I get 4 thousandths. And then as a fraction, 4 thousandths. And I plug that in my calculator and I let it simplify for me, and I get 1/250ths. Now every once in a while I have somebody that their calculator will not let them put 1,000 in as a denominator. It won't let you put in a 4-digit number. So in that case you might have to think to yourself, okay, that's 2 500ths, and then plug that in. Or on the one above it, divide them both by 25 and then go from there to simplify. Okay? On number 2, it says using the values in the chart in problem 1, which is the least and which is the greatest, and explain how you arrived at your answer. The easiest place to do that is to look at the percents, and this one is the greatest and this one is the least, and it's just by putting those numbers in order. 4/10 is smaller than 12 and 5/10, which is smaller than 112 and 5/10. Hey, on this problem set, I only want you to do problem number 4, filling in the table, filling in those missing numbers. Okay, so looking at lesson 2, on the exit ticket here, it says, on a recent survey, 60% of those surveyed indicated that they preferred walking to running. If 540 people preferred walking, how many people were surveyed? So we use our formula that we talked about earlier in the year. Part over the whole equals the percent over 100. And we can use that over and over and over again in lots of different situations. So the part, 540, is not all of the people, it is part of the people. 540 over the whole, which we do not know, equals 60 over 100. And so hopefully you remember, you take your two that are diagonal, multiply them, and divide by the number you haven't used. So we're going to plug in our calculator, 540 times 100 divided by 60. And so when we do that, turn my calculator back on here, 540 times 100 divided by 60, and we get 900. So the whole, is 900. So the whole is 900. 900 people were surveyed. Now it says how many people preferred running. Well, if there were 900 people total and 540 prefer walking, I just have to subtract there. So 900 minus 540 is 360. Next one, it says, which is greater, 25% of 15 or 15% of 25? Okay, so using our formula, 25% of 15, so 15 is the whole, and I don't know the part. Okay, and on the other one, I don't know the part. It's out of 25, and it's 15%. So we multiply the two numbers that are diagonal and divide by the one we haven't used yet. So 15 times 25 divided by 100. So we use our calculator. 15 times 25 divided by 100, and we get 3 75/100. Okay, on this one, we multiply these, divide by the number we haven't used yet. So 25 times 15 divided by 100. And when we plug that into our calculator, we also get 3 75/100. So it says, which is greater? Well, neither one is greater. They are equal to each other. Hey, on this problem set, cross out number 1 and do 2 through 10.